Hello, gentle peeps. Welcome to part 2. So this is going to take a little while. I got a bunch of things to do right now. I'm just getting a little of my wet vac and going through and just sucking all the little dirt and leaves and stuff out as I set it up before I start kicking out the edges. And then put a little bit of water in here, and then we kick it out again. You just put a little bit in, about this much, right in there somewhere. And you go around and you kick these edges. Once the water gets in here, you kick them good. We'll do that the whole time. You're filling up a little bit of water, and it helps get your pool situated better. So we'll start doing that once I get all this little bit of dirt and stuff vacuumed out with this wet vac I have. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I vacuumed the wet vac right there. I vacuumed all the dirt out and the leaves, which I'll probably do again before I start to put water in here. But I kicked all this out a little bit. Then I'm gonna let it sit here for a minute and let it kind of get heated up again with the sun and everything. And I'm gonna go back and kick it some more. But you want to just continue to work all these wrinkles you can as best you can before you start putting a little bit of water in. Once you get a little bit of water in, you'll be able to do the same thing, but you'll be able to kind of push it and get the last bit of the wrinkles, but just with a little bit of water, because the more water you put in there, the harder it is to actually push all the wrinkles and stuff out of it. And you just want to make sure you're watching your legs out here, where they're sitting and how they're sitting, and making sure that they're all good and straight. You want a good straight line, up and down, not coming sideways, but up and down. So you got to watch that while you're kicking it and while you're filling it with water and getting it started. But for right now, I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit and I'll come back and do some more. Hello, gentle peeps. All right, so what we're doing now is we're actually taking the water hose, if I can see it here. We'll get down here. And there it is. And we're putting a little water in here. We're gonna get about this much, that much water in the bottom. And see those creases right there? We're gonna go by our feet and get in there. We're gonna press those, all those creases out and push our edges out again. While I was waiting for that to kind of get started and cool down, I went ahead and built our little makeshift stairs that I'm getting working on that for the dogs so they can climb up and get near the pool. But this is the part to start. I've also ordered a new gasket for the Hayward bucket, skimmer bucket that goes there. I did get my sand for the sand filter today, so we're on track. Just getting things. This part takes a while, is getting water in here and getting it all smoothed out. So appreciate you watching. Make sure you're liking, commenting, subscribing. Thank you. All right, good morning, gentle peeps. So I put some water in here, just about this much. I had to go by and put some bricks back on those pedestals back there to kind of layer, because I was a little bit off on my leveling, but I think we're pretty close now. And I look around all the edges, maybe a little higher over here, but anyway, just barely. But I'm gonna go and I'm gonna start kicking these edges in. And what I mean is I'm gonna do this right here. So we're just gonna kind of kick those in. And then I'm also gonna start kind of pressing on some of these little areas that have wrinkles in them, and see if I can press some of those out and just keep kicking until the bottom is as flat as it can be. But anyway, that's what you gotta do. Get started. Thanks. All right, so now we're waiting for water to fill up in the pool. Flatten it out best I could for now. Still got some wrinkles in the bottom that I really don't like, but we're a little too far ahead now, so I have to leave it like it is. Got it leveled out as good as I could for now, and we're gonna start hooking up the sand filter. So hopefully you packed up all your pieces, good for winter time. Got you a new bag of pool sand. Now there's different types you can use. This is probably the least best, is your just regular pool filter fan, the 20 silica. There are 2 other kinds that are even better, and I may trade those out later on in the season. But to get started, we'll start out with this one, because I don't have anything that's in the pool besides just regular water from the water hose. As about a month now, I'll probably change it out to a better kind of sand. So anyway, we'll start building this and putting it together. Thanks for watching. All right, nice warm hot day again. Now remember, when you're putting this back together, you want to make sure you put it back in the correct order, put the sand in correctly. Go watch this video right here of how, when I changed it out, kind of give you a step-by-step direction of how to get this going again for your sand filter for your pool. All right, thanks for watching. Alrighty, so sand filter is all hooked up and ready to go into the, right here is going to go into the Hayward skimmer bucket. But last year, if you remember in this video right here, I cut this because the pool was full of water, and so I cut this to make the gasket for the Hayward basket, which is not ideally the way to do it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna improvise this year. We're actually gonna do it correctly this year. This was improvising. We're gonna do it correctly. So I've ordered a new seal. We're gonna put it in correctly. I'll do a video of that when it gets here. So I'm just waiting for Amazon for it to come in, and then we'll hook up the Hayward basket. Right now, we'll let the water continue filling up to pretty close to that spot. We don't get it too close because we want to make sure we have areas to work and put this gasket in. But we'll get the water go up at least that high for now. Everything else is plugged up. The old plugs, the old ones on the Best Way Coleman series pool, all I did is I used the old plugs that were from what you use when you're cleaning out the old filter. So I just take these out and we'll wash them real good and put them in, and that'll keep the water from coming out those holes. And somebody asked that in another video of how you plug those holes from the old cartridge filter. And that's all I use is the little plastic things when you put them in there to clean the cartridge filter. I use those just to plug up those holes. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll continue to get this pool ready for summertime. Thank you. All right, gentle peeps. So this is into part 2. We'll do part 3 once my little gasket comes in that goes right there. And I'll do a part 3 and we'll go from there. But really and truly, just making sure you're getting your sand hooked up and ready. Make sure you watch that video I sent you earlier and showed you where to go to look at that. And then also, I'll show you the video on the Hayward skimmer basket. I want to talk about the gasket. But other than that, we're just letting it fill up with water right now. Everything else is pretty much done. I cleaned the plugs that I put back in where the old cartridge filter was. So now we're just kind of waiting. I've got the water hose and we're just letting it fill up with water, and we'll go from there. But otherwise, I appreciate you watching. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, like, subscribing, and sharing. It's great if you share my pool videos on your Facebook or on your Twitter or on your YouTube, or not even your YouTube, but on your Instagram. Gentle Peeps Creative Studios is on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So definitely check us out, like us, subscribe. Appreciate you watching. And remember, we do more than just pool videos. I do DIY, I do reviews, all kinds of fun stuff. So definitely check us out, subscribe. I definitely appreciate it. Have a great day. See you in part 3.